invitation for us to return to the temple.
Ring the bell!
Yo soy el orgullo y cero miedo. I'm not a man. I'm a machine.
And I'm the baddest bitch in the Lucha Underground team.
So let's kick things off right now.
Hello and welcome to this very special episode of Return to the Temple. I am Jacob. I am joined, of course, by Steve. Steve, how the hell are you?
Steve is good. Steve exists in a post-watching Lucha Underground world. It's scary out here, but exciting at the same time.
It's very weird. I don't know how I feel about it, but
No.
we're here, and we're gonna do something that we promised to do. I think at the beginning of our podcast, which is we are going to rank every. Can I turn this off? Wait a minute. Let me see. I don't want to see
This ad.
I don't want to see my stream. I know what my stream looks like. There we go.
Okay.
I want to see Steve. Okay. We are going to rank every Lucha Underground character. From Dope Star to Sarah Mascaras.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited about this.
Yeah. I don't know. I think we might have one too many tiers. I don't know if we need 5 tiers.
You don't. Okay.
I think a lot
we
of
need a tier.
I think a lot of like B to C, C to D is gonna get kind of
There we go.
yeah.
Okay. Well, I need to change this gradation now because it's much too similar to each other.
Yeah.
What about that? Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Kind of. That's all right. It's a little too blue.
Yeah, color
Let's
science.
do that. Great. Wait. You keep talking.
Okay.
I'm gonna figure this out.
So
What the fuck?
yeah,
Oh,
very
I
excited
just have
to
to
go
talk.
through. I'm curious to see what the percentages are, how many guys actually end up stuck in the middle, how many things we actually hate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be tough. Should we? So here's the question: how
Sure.
much of a bit do we want this to be? For me, I'm trying to go 0 bit on this. I'm trying to be it is tough because obviously some people are so have an ironic entertainment factor to them, but I'm not gonna put anyone that I legitimately dislike or think is not talented or sorry, not skilled in a high tier. I think
Yeah.
spoiler alert, I don't think I'm going to put Bale super high, which
No.
sucks because I love Bale, but Bale's not good,
Yeah.
But I am going to put Famous B really high because
Yeah.
he is really good.
I think a bit can get you out of the low tiers, but it's not going to get you.
Okay.
Higher
So
than that.
Bale might be a D or a C tier rather than Sarah Mascaras.
Yeah,
Okay.
that makes sense to me.
I kind of want to put fun names for all the tiers, but
I don't think we have.
we don't.
That's a
don't
whole.
have
Yeah,
time.
that's a whole think tank.
I could have come up with if I had put up with some time earlier. Okay. Let's jump into it in
Yeah.
not alphabetical order. It's going to be a little weird. We're going to go just in the order that I have here. I don't need to explain my ways to you. You guys will figure it out.
Yeah.
We're just going to be ranking characters. It's fine. We'll get through all of them. Starting off with Agent Winter.
Not an easy one to start off with, frankly.
No. We only have a handful of these segment-only characters.
Yeah.
But they are going to be tough to do. It's, I feel like you could create a tier list of those characters by themselves and the wrestlers by themselves. But we like to do things the hard way. So we're just putting everyone in the same tier
The
list.
hard way. That had to be a wrestling tag team at some point, right? Yeah. You could do this the easy way, or we could do this the hard way. I feel like I've heard that promo.
Yeah. Sounds like a 3-second warning,
Yeah.
tribute act.
Ahem.
Okay. I'm thinking, I got to be honest. I don't think I like Agent Winter as much as you do, but I don't dislike him either. I think I'm going to put him in the B tier, but I think there could be a case to be made for the C tier. I think he's fine. He honestly doesn't get enough screen time to do anything particularly offensive, but he does have some riz to him, but I was never really captivated by him either.
I think C is a little... Like, I was thinking A tier solely based on the fact that he is the best among those guys, I think.
I'm a big Councilman Delgado mark, though.
Yeah, I don't... Councilman Delgado completely...
He gets his heart ripped out by Cage, and that's cool.
That is cool. But he had no, like, impact on me at all. Like, I could not describe him. Even though he's, like, an actor, I couldn't... I couldn't tell.
Okay, well, we're
settle...
focusing on Agent Winter for now.
Yeah, we'll settle on, like, B then, I guess.
Well, we'll put him in the B tier. Agent Winter, you're in the B tier. Okay, next, Alberto El Patron. Gonna be a tough one to rank.
Oh, gee.
I gotta throw him in the C tier, personally. I can't go quite Sarah Mascaris on him. I don't know why, but he does have some aura to him.
Yeah, I have pretty strong Sarah Mascaris feeling. I did not enjoy a single frame of Alberto El Patron on screen, and he had zero good matches.
That's reasonable. I go back and I think about his horrible squash of Marty, and you know what?
Yeah.
I think I'm forced to agree with you. I think Mr. El Patron here is our first. Oh God! Oh, what's happening?
Yeah, there is a certain amount of there's a certain amount of swagger that Al Patron brings, but it does feel deeply unearned.
So our first Sarah Mascaris wrestler, Alberto El Patron. Up next, we've got Bale. Bale gotta be a C tier.
Bale. Yeah.
I would say Bale kind of defining the C tier.
Yeah. I think Bale's pretty up there. Pretty
C tier
solid in there.
Or Bale tier. Ironically, the C tier does not. I might come up with names for the tiers as we go.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. There we go. Up next is Arhenis.
I would.
Do you have anything to say about Arhenis?
Nothing burger, C tier.
C tier. Nothing
anything,
wrong with him.
Yeah.
You know?
If I don't really remember anything about you, you're probably going in the C tier. Like, you have to actively make me mad to get Sarah Mascaris. Antonio Cueto? I like Antonio. I'm thinking that's true, because do we account for the fact that in order to get Antonio, we had to lose Dario?
I think we have to. I think we have to take that context into account. For me, I hate to say it, I think he's Sarah Mascaris.
Oh.
Because you can't help but compare him to Dario and everything that he does. Yeah. And he's just like, every time he does something, it's just like, because, spoiler, Dario Cueto dope star tier character. Like, immediately, straight to the top. And so every time that Antonio Cueto's on screen, it's like, this could have been Dario. Yeah. And that sucks. Because I think if it hadn't been for that, he would have gotten C tier. Because he sucks. The voice is stupid. The look is stupid. It's not good. He doesn't really do anything interesting. He doesn't have any cool relationships with the characters like Dario had. He only starts developing like a rivalry with Johnny Mundo towards the end of the season. And that's it. And like, Dario was so good, and he is so whatever. He's got to be zero Oscars for me. But if you want to push him up to the C tier, I'd be open to it.
Yeah, I do, because I do like the way that he is an outsider to like a lot of the outgoing stuff, like his interactions with like the Martinezes, and even like his interactions with Strong were fun. Like just this sort of like, okay, I guess this is what we're doing now. Like I did enjoy Antonio Cueto segments, you know. I didn't enjoy them as much as I did Dario, but I did enjoy.
This is why I had the tears, right? Because I was like, he's a great person. Like he's not quite like dead in the water,
yeah.
But he really has mostly negative qualities, in my opinion. So it's a real toss up between C tier and Sarah Mascaris tier. You're thinking C, or are you thinking D?
I'm thinking C. I'm thinking C.
Okay.
Yeah, because like
I'm okay with C.
Yeah.
We'll put him in C. Up next, we've got the first person that I'm going to be really sad to rank, which is Angelico. And the reason I'm really sad to rank him is because I want him to be Dope Star tier, but we must all agree, unfortunately, that he is not.
Yeah.
Because he simply was not able to do enough stuff to get there.
Yeah, like how do we judge people who are just like not used well? Like because
It's
he's
a factor,
A tier,
you know, like-
I think pretty easily if we don't discredit him for his absence. Right.
It's hard to invest in him because he's so injury prone, and that's a problem.
Yeah.
It's like, not, is it fair? No, but it's just a part of the circumstance. Like, I feel bad for him that he got hurt a lot, but also as a person who's trying to watch a wrestling product, it makes it hard for me to like continually invest in him because he's just not there, or when he is there the whole time, I'm like, please don't get shoot injured in this match.
Yeah.
Which he inevitably does. So it's just, God, I cannot believe I'm about to say this, but I think I want to put Angelico in the B tier.
Yeah, I think maybe just like the front of B tier. We don't have to get like super specific with the ranking, but like some guys
We're not gonna.
more towards the front, some guys more towards the back.
There we go. Damn, that really hurt my heart.
Yeah.
Okay, up next we've got Bengala.
Bengala has made me realize that perhaps I was wrong to say that we didn't need a D tier. Because just the novelty of his gimmick alone makes me want to put him above C. But he's not B.
Above D.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. So see, this is what I was looking at the people that we have, and I was like, we gotta have something.
Yeah.
We gotta have something right here. Oh no, no! I want this one to be the yellow one, and I want get out of here, and I want this one to be the blue one.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. With that being said, I would like to revisit Antonio Cueto.
I think for Bengala, I was putting him above those guys in C. So Bengala, I would put in C right now.
Are you serious? You would put Bengala above Argenis? Certified banger merchant Argenis?
I would put him
Argenis
around
is like a good
Argenis.
wrestler. You put him around. Okay,
But
so you would put
Bengala
Argenis
has a
in the
fun
D tier.
gimmick. I remember Bengala more than I remember Argenis. I couldn't tell you what single good match Argenis has.
Argenis had a certified banger with Cage. It was really, really good. I think about it sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm okay with this. To be clear, so Bale is in the C tier. Argenis and Bengala and Antonio Cueto are all in the D tier.
Yeah.
Or do you want to move Antonio Cueto up to C tier?
I would put Antonio in C, but if you want to keep him in D, that's I could acquiesce.
I might come back to Antonio Cueto. We'll keep him in C for now.
Yeah.
Up next, we've got Big Rick. Okay. Dare I say it? Do we have our first A tier character?
I do believe we do. Not who I would have expected to be putting in A tier, but I can't think of a bad Big Rick interaction.
He had incredible aura. He had some great moments. Got just great moments smoking the cigar in the ring. I'll never forget the first time he lit up the cigar in the ring because it's such a transgression. You know, it's such good heel shit. And him getting his eye burned out by the cigar. And the best part is, to cap it all off, obviously most of Lucha Underground happens without Big Rick, but then they bring back the eye patch skull in season 4.
Yeah.
And that is a tier boost in itself. Like Big Rick would be floating on the edge of B tier if it hadn't been for the eye patch skull which just cemented him solidly as A tier. So we're bringing him up. Very crazy, by the way.
Yeah.
As a diehard Highway fan to put Big Rick above Angelico in the tier list, but this just shows our journalistic integrity when it comes to covering Lucha Underground. This is a real tier list, okay? If this was like Jay's opinions on wrestlers, I'm thinking about rebranding overall as J, by the way, just because like now that there are like people that I don't talk to anymore, like there's only like one person that like actually calls me Jacob that I'm friends with. It's weird. So we'll see.
Well, doesn't the wife
If
call
this
you
was my
Jacob?
tier list, she doesn't call me anything because that's
fair.
also her brother's name.
She's like you.
So yeah. If this was my own personal opinions tier list, Angelica would be S tier, but I can't do it because this is an honest tier list.
Yeah, I do.
All right, up next we've got a tough one. This is going to be a real tough one. Big Bad Steve.
Big Bad Steve. Low C is what I'm feeling for Big Bad Steve.
Really low C?
He's like 50-50 on
Not low
good
B?
matches. You know? I mean,
That's true. That is true.
There's the fun of the Big Bad Steve gimmick, but I think that is what keeps him comfortably in C.
So for me, there's almost a little bit of reverse Antonio Cueto effect because this is also, and I didn't know this, Pindar.
Yeah.
And for me, not being Pindar is like kind of an aura boost.
Yeah.
Because like, but I guess it's going to be good enough because Pindar is probably going to be Sarah Mascaras.
Yeah.
And so that's like enough of a gulf. Like it gets you a solid +1 tier up to C. I think Big Bad Steve could have blossomed into a real B tier guy in season 5, and maybe he will when we book our season 5. But I agree. I see your point that he did not quite cross over that line in season 4. Okay, this is gonna be a really short one. Benji,
Sarah
easy
Mascaras.
conversation. Sarah Mascaras.
What are you doing
Moving
here,
on.
man?
Yeah. I hate Benji.
No.
Ricky Mundo's best moment was killing Benji. All my homies hate Benji.
Killing
Here's a tough
Benji
one.
is going to elevate Ricky Mundo at least a tier.
Yeah. This is another reason why like Ricky Mundo's a great like Ricky Mundo's a very solid D tier guy.
Yeah.
And like it's just that's why we need the D tier because like Ricky Mundo and Big Bad Steve are not the same tier. Like Big Bad Steve is definitively better than Ricky Mundo, which sucks because like Ricky Mandel had a very weird Lucha Underground career where he started out not being so good, and then he had like one or two moments after being a Disciple of Death where he had like some pretty good moments, and then the more he got into like the Ricky Mundo gimmick, the worse, and like with the creepy doll, the worse everything got. So it's just weird that it's happened that way. But what are you gonna do? Okay, this is gonna be a tough one. Katrina.
Pretty tough. I think I am aiming the top 2 tiers here.
Definitely. Yeah, a minimum of A tier for sure.
Yeah.
But is she enough? Does she have what it takes to crack S tier?
Crack S tier. Just because I do feel like she got a little samey. I would say A. You know, and eventually it was just
I
like,
can see it.
yeah, you're disappointed. You walk away from Mill. You want something else. We get it. You know. That being said, I did kind of miss her at the second half of season 4. You know, it's like
Same here.
Yeah.
I mean, she's such an iconic part of Lucha Underground.
Yeah.
It's
weird how much I could feel Katrina's absence, but not really with Mill around. Like Mill could come out by himself, and it didn't really seem weird at all. It's fascinating.
But just like her involvement in storylines and stuff.
So next one,
I'm gonna make a case for her to be in S tier because I think she's such an important part of the fabric of Lucha Underground. Like what you're describing is so true.
Yeah.
Like imagine she's kind of like a sleeper pick for like a Mount Rushmore. Because but then again, I mean some of her line deliveries were so bad. Okay, A tier.
Yeah.
I think A tier.
Oh,
another heartbreaking one. Chavo.
Every time he's on screen, I'm having a good time. I don't know what's complicated about it.
It's just, I mean, I think just because he wasn't involved enough, in my opinion, to crack S tier, but I would also put him in the A tier.
That's fair. If I was doing this Chavo, you'd be in S tier.
I was nervous that we were filling out that we were gonna like. I had a nightmare scenario about this where like everybody was S tier, and so I'm glad that we are.
Yeah. I'm a little
Being
afraid that we
normal
might
about this.
overcompensate now. Just get to the end of it and there's like 2 people up there.
I think we're doing a good job. I look at what we have and I feel very good about it.
Yeah.
Okay, up next, this is a tough one, although not in the same way. Cortez Castro.
Cortez Castro.
The
Ooh.
question is he B, C, or D?
Yeah, it is really.
Did he die? He did. He got sacrificed.
Yeah, he got
That's right.
sacrificed. I think we got to put him in C because even though he was oftentimes, I always liked him in the ring. I thought he was the best out of the crew,
Mhm.
but he kept being given shit storylines.
Yeah, and he wasn't getting stuff that really served him.
Yeah.
Okay, Daga.
Daga.
Daga's tough. I think I'm gonna have to go D tier on Daga. Like he fits right in with our Hennis and Bengala, in my opinion.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay. This is what's his name? Desmond X.
Oh, I mean, my first thought
D?
was D. Yeah. I mean, he did some cool stuff
Sorry,
in the ring,
Desmond.
but like just a nothing burger.
Yeah, he just didn't have enough. Arya Davari.
He had like a fun
Or
feud
sorry,
with
Delavar Davari. Delavar Davari.
It's the Hano feud was fun, right? Am I remembering that right? That was like basically the
like
only
it.
thing he did.
Let
So
me
it's
see.
like,
that was in season 1, right?
yeah, it might have been season 2, but I think it was season.
No, I don't think he showed up. I think he was one of those, like he and Big Rick were season 1 only.
Yeah.
Because he and whatchamacallit, he and Big Rick and Hernandez were all on the missing poster in season 2. Where? Damn, this is crazy. I'm looking through some of these season 1 episodes.
Yeah.
I hate. Oh my god, Matt. Jesus. I really had to. I'm so glad I started taking less notes. Where the hell is? Whatever. You know what? Never mind.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna waste my time picking through this. All right. We've got Desmond X in the D tier. I want to put Davari also in the D tier. I'm sorry.
All right.
One of our patented Return to the Temple long pauses there.
Look, man, don't give me stuff to think about if you don't want me to think about it.
Okay, I need to look through because I forget which member of the Disciples is which. This is the purple mask. I want to say it's Barrio Negro.
Yeah,
No,
I never.
Siniestro de la Muerte. Okay, Siniestro de la Muerte, aka the most important one.
Yeah. The one
this guy
that did
was-
stuff occasionally.
Yeah, this was Masquerita. No, not Masquerita. Mariachi Loco.
I was gonna say that. Wow, that's really impressive. Mariachi Loco
So this guy was
going to be
and
Dope
Saltador,
Star,
of course.
Uh,
Yes. So Barrio, sorry, Siniestro de la Muerte. I guess B tier. I guess C tier, really, because the other two are D tier, I guess. Because he's definitely like a cut above the other two, and just in terms of like interest.
I guess
Where would you also put him in D tier?
I would put Loco in C tier. It's a fun get. Like
This
it's a low gimmick.
No.
but-
We're not talking about Mariachi Loco though. We're talking about
Yeah,
Siniestro
I know,
de la
but you
Muerte.
said he's a cut above Mariachi Loco, right? So.
No. He's a cut above the other two disciples.
Oh! I thought you were talking about the other two gimmicks. Yeah, that makes sense to me.
So put Siniestro de la Muerte in C tier, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and put the other two disciples in D tier, Trace and Barrio Negro.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go find them now. Whereas, and Barrio Negro is the only one who I didn't get the comic book image of. So he's gonna be a real person. He's got the gold bodysuit. There he is.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. This one, I don't really. I mean, like, I guess she was there. It's Shaul Guerrero.
Yeah, D tier, like nothing.
Yeah, D tier just because, like, yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't technically a character, I guess. Son of Madness. Sarah Moscos for me.
Yeah, I would put him at the very bottom of D tier, but yeah, I'm not mad at Sarah Moscos for Son of Madness.
I'll do very bottom of D tier. I'm okay with
Yeah.
that. Superfly.
Superfly. God, it is really hard with the guys that weren't around as much.
Right.
Because it's like,
I kind of want to put him in the C tier because I liked his heel turn on Sexy Star.
yeah, he was a, what do they call it? More pauses. I don't remember. A position player or some shit like that. A role player. I don't know.
Yeah.
He was C. Yeah, that's fair.
He fit a good spot.
Yeah.
Okay, now we get into the good stuff. Tejano.
Tejano.
He's tough because he wasn't around so much, but we just love him so much. He's so good. Like he never had a bad match. Just so cool. Maybe he had one bad match. I want to throw him up in A tier.
Yeah, A tier definitely.
Okay, the Lord, aka Bad News Barrett.
That's a hard one.
Sarah Moscos for me. I think.
Yeah,
this is
you
such a
gotta.
stupid idea.
Yeah. What a
Tommy
weird,
Dreamer.
Yeah, Tommy Dreamer. D tier, I get. Like, hey, it's nice that you're here.
yeah.
You know.
Right. It's weird because he's like a cameo character, but we are ranking every Lucha Underground character. So
Yeah.
all right, Luchasaurus
Luchasaurus.
for me.
I feel like we could have split him in 2 different seasons. Like,
Yeah.
because when he first shows up, he's dope as fuck, but then he gets pretty fucking lame. He does have that good match with Mundo.
Where would you put him?
Let's put him
For me, it's gotta
low
be C or B.
Low C, I would say.
Low C. Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go. Vinny Massaro.
High C.
Hell yeah.
Vinny does
I
no
agree.
wrong.
Vinny fits right alongside Antonio Cueto there.
Yeah.
We've got Exolicious.
Exolicious. C.
I think so too. Isabel's going to be very unhappy to hear that.
Yeah.
Aerostar.
Aerostar.
This is a good one.
Yeah.
Aerostar.
I think
Aerostar low key.
Aerostar as the
Go ahead.
story character outside of matches
Yeah.
is way.
But also never had a bad match. Like Aerostar.
I mean,
hate to say it,
he did
'cause
have that
I used to be it.
that feud with the Worldwide Underground.
That was not so good.
Yeah, but
I want to put him in either A or B.
I'd say high B.
High B. Okay.
Yeah,
I
mean, not over.
kind of want to push him into.
Hell,
Oh damn.
I mean, is he Tejano level? No,
But that's just our like personal preference though, because we just have.
brother,
such a,
it's our tier list.
But I mean, that's true. That's true. That's true. You're right. Okay, Councilman Delgado.
Councilman Delgado. I mean, he's nothing for me. I'd put him pretty comfortably in D, but you like him, I guess.
I'll also stick him in D. Unfortunately, my boy.
Yeah.
As long as he's 2 tiers below Agent Winter is crazy. I'm throwing him up in C. Fuck that. He got his heart ripped out by Cage. That was so cool.
Yeah, but he wasn't.
We've got, what is her name? Doke?
That sounds right.
It's
It's Kairi Sane.
You know who I'm talking about. Yeah, it's Kairi.
Yeah.
Doku. D.
No,
You know
fuck
what?
off.
Fuck it.
No.
F.
What are you talking about?
C?
They showed up one time, which is totally fair. But they had one of the
whole Black
dopest
Lotus stuff
episodes
pisses me off.
of Lucha Underground.
All right.
Like,
So what, C tier?
I would have gone like
B
B. Like,
You know, you're right. The Black Lotus triad is cooler than
do
Black
not,
Lotus itself.
yeah, do not
So
punish the Black Lotus triad for the sins of Black Lotus. Do not.
that's a good point. That's a good point. All right. Here we fucking go. King Cuerno,
Dope Star.
straight up to Dope Star tier. Our first tier, and he's looking at us. He knows. He
Yeah.
knows he's in the Dope Star tier.
He knows.
This is a really good tier list so far. We got El Bunny.
Bunny.
Fuck off.
El
El Bunny
Bunny,
goes in the D tier.
Masquerade Desperado, who actually was allowed to win stuff occasionally. Who's actually allowed to
Yeah,
do
but
offense.
he didn't have the. He didn't have the
He
charm
wasn't
of
as fun.
Masquerita Sagrada. He really fits alongside some of these characters. I'm sorry. If you got more of a chance to shine, it might be different.
Let's see.
Dragon Azteca Jr.
Ooh,
This is a hard one.
C feels harsh. Because that's another one where like
C feels too harsh.
because season 4
It's gotta be B.
he kind of pumped up a little bit. So yeah, it'll go
Yeah.
B.
Low B tier here.
Yeah.
Famous B.
Dope
Easy
star.
money. S tier. S fucking tier. He's
Yeah.
so good.
He's so good.
Hernandez.
This-
It's hard. It's hard. Okay, for me, I gotta say, at a minimum, he's got to be high B tier. I want to put him in the A tier.
we'll
But
put him.
I
We'll put him high B because I think we have to
Okay.
add some amount of like, you kind of have to cringe now when you praise Hernandez.
Yeah.
That's got to put factor into it.
Ivelisse.
Evilise is an easy A for me. Might even be Dope Star.
Same here. She I think she suffers from.
I
The
feel like,
Highway all had this, where they all kind of got their legs cut out from under them because of Angelico injuries.
yeah.
Son of Havoc was the only one who
Ivelisse
they were able
injuries.
to really
Yeah.
account for. But Ivelisse was able to. She was still able to do cool stuff. I just think that she was not able to have the spot on the card that she
Yeah.
was supposed to have. So I as much as I love Ivelisse, which is a lot, I gotta go A tier.
Yeah.
Okay. Up next, we've got
Hexagon Dark. Dope Star is the best character ever. He's Vampiro's master, of course. You put him.
Oh, he is Vampiro's master.
Sarcasm detected.
That doesn't have to be more than that.
Yeah, you gotta. I mean, he hit some cool flippy shit, but I don't really value that much. So stick him in D. Call it a day.
Yeah. Until proven otherwise. Jack Evans. Ooh,
Oh,
it's hard.
are we gonna have to
I'm
put Jack
sorry.
Evans above Angelico?
Do you really think so? I don't think so.
What did Jack Evans do that wasn't entertaining or fun consistently
good
through
point.
4 seasons?
His
Well,
his
until he
weird
died.
divorce from the Worldwide Underground was so weird to me. I
It's
didn't
true.
understand it.
It's a
it
bit of a
didn't make
bitter
lot
taste
sense.
in though.
I think I'm also gonna put him B tier
That's fair.
because he there was just some stuff where I was like,
Yeah.
why are you so
What is this plot line right now?
right? Like, why are we doing this? He came in like a house of fire. Like he had 2 back-to-back really good storylines, but then after that, he really didn't have anything.
Yeah.
Jake Strong.
This is gonna be a surprising one, but I think he worked his way up into C at the end of season 4.
I'm open to C tier.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that.
Plus, he had the
Sitting right
nunchuck
alongside
match.
Councilman Delgado. He did have the nunchuck match. We've got Killshot.
Another difficult, very high peaks, very low valleys.
Not very low valleys.
I just think as a character, he was kind of lame for a lot of it.
That's true. I want to put him in the A tier. I think.
All right, yeah,
Maybe high B tier. I'm not
I was
sure.
thinking like high B. I would put him around Aerostar probably.
When I look
Yeah.
at the cast that we have in A tier, I like Killshot just fine, but he does not make me feel things the way that our A
Yeah.
tier makes me feel things.
Yeah,
And I mean that in a really normal way.
yeah, fair.
I know that we have you. I know that we have Katrina in there, but that's not what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Okay, Conan, also a tough one. All these season 1 originals are kind of tough.
I mean Conan, he's I would say at least B. Yeah, I mean
I would say so too. He did
Yeah.
a great job with everything that he had.
everything he
I'm
did.
gonna stick
I'm
him
trying to
with B
think of
tier.
oh, there was that one time Conan, and I'm like, I can't think of that one time. Yeah.
What about Mala Suerte?
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of fucking love Mala Suerte. High C.
I'm looking at this.
maybe
and I'm
low B.
realizing high.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I can put him in the B because Rabbit Tribe just. If Rabbit Tribe had just won those trios titles early, they would have been so different. but it didn't happen that way.
Yeah.
Okay. Mariachi Loco.
The he should get a tier
This
all
is
by
tough.
himself. He should get.
He
I mean,
had,
he's better than
2
Bale.
matches? He is better than Bale. Do we put him in the B tier?
But he's not
The
as good as
Mariachi
Jack
kick was
Evans.
so good.
That's we'll put him high C.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. Because it's like
Okay, I'm looking at our C tier, and I'm thinking maybe we bump Bale down to D tier.
I think that's entirely possible.
Okay, sorry, Bale.
Yeah.
C tier is no longer the Bale tier.
Yeah.
D tier is the Bale tier.
We're sorry.
This looks right. No,
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say it, but this is better.
Yeah.
Marty.
I think it's
Is
between A and Dope Star. Does he make it to Dope Star?
I don't think so. I'm sorry. Like I want it, but I don't think so.
I don't know,
I don't
man.
think he's quite. I think he's the closest between A and Dope Star, but I think he just falls short on the A side.
Yeah. My counter argument is how much he did for Pentagon at the end and Phoenix
true.
in the beginning. He
That's
really
also
pumped
true.
those guys
Yeah,
up.
that was. Yeah, but he didn't always hit with the promos. You know, like when I look at Dope Star, I'm looking for people that never ever missed,
Yeah.
and like King Cuerno and Famous B are guys that have never missed, and like, oh damn, but Chavo's also never ever missed. Fuck, do we have to put Chavo in the Dope Star?
I mean, I would.
No, but Chavo did
I'm
miss
not
that
gonna
one time
argue
when he had the
against
match with Penta.
Oh,
When he
yeah.
had the match with Puma. Marty, I feel like, has missed at least once, but I put him at the top of the A tier, like as close as it gets to S tier. And if we want to revisit that later, we can. Or if you
Yeah.
really are like, he's got to be S tier, like, I don't need that much convincing.
I would we'll do like at the end of it kind of like revisit and see like if we want to move anybody, we'll put him in A for the moment.
Okay.
See how everything lines out.
Like, yeah, he's like A.5 for me. Like, he's so close. Masquerita Sagrada.
B tier.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Pretty easy. Matanza. I don't like Matanza, man.
It feels so dirty putting him in C tier though.
But I look at C tier and I'm like, that's the amount of emotion I feel for you. I care about Matanza as much as I care about Exolicious.
Yeah, all right.
Just like dumb. The thing that I don't like about Matanza is there was a lot of like power scaling stuff with Matanza. I don't like when there's like explicit power scaling in professional wrestling because like anyone should be able to beat anyone. Obviously they won't because wrestling, but like I don't like the idea of having like an actual power up is hard because, and that was the only thing, like, you know, they stopped doing The Rock with Mel after like season 1, and that was good because like the idea of just like, oh, he's back, like I win, like
Plus
the I win
one.
button. Yeah, it's just tough. And the fact that they were like, oh, Matanza, he's possessed by a god, and now he's really possessed by a god because we beat him a few times. And then we have to get, the only way to beat Matanza is if you also have like a god item like the gauntlet. I don't know. C tier. Yeah. Okay. Up next, it's Lil Cholo, Mr. Cisco.
I would. I guess D. But
D?
C is not out of the question. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I could see low C, high D.
Yeah.
I don't really feel strongly about either one. Do you want to?
Let's say
Be generous.
Let's go low C because he's better than Bale, and he stood next to Bale the whole time.
Okay. We have reached the moment.
the moment.
It's time to talk about Pentagon Junior or Pentagon Dark. So I want to put him in the B tier.
I think he's an A tier guy. I'm pretty like he's the face of the company for like 2 seasons. He's puts on
but he's not
pretty good
though.
matches, and he's
He
got a
puts on
really
okay
fun gimmick.
matches.
He puts on pretty good matches, and he's a fun gimmick.
This is truly,
And he's
I
the
feel
most
so bad. I
over
wish we
guy
had
in the
some way.
building, and not in a how dare you Alberto El Patron way.
No, I know. Like you're not wrong. It actually does kind of verge on that for me because I think the gulf between how over he is and how good he is of a wrestler is pretty egregious. Like I don't think he's bad, but I think he's so much worse than how over he is. It's really confusing to me. It's hard. It's hard because I just don't like him that much, and I want to like him. I really tried. I want everyone to know.
Yeah.
Do you, like, regardless of my ending opinion, do you feel like I gave it a good college try to like Penta?
Yeah.
I really feel like I did, and I don't dislike him. I tried to like him. I did end up liking him more than I did originally.
Yeah. I mean, he's also as close to a workhorse of the company as you've probably got. I don't think anybody's been as featured as consistently as he has. Like,
I'm willing to concede that, like, on strength of his push alone, he might qualify for A tier, but I don't think he truly deserves it. So I'm going to put him at the bottom of the A tier.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Penta. You shouldn't have gotten that spot. It should have been Tano. Should have been any of your brothers here. Like, when I look at the rest of the A tier, it's all guys that I like way more than Penta. And when I look at B tier, it's all guys that I like Penta and Dragon Azteca about the same.
yeah.
Like,
see, I think that's kind of baffling. Like, Penna has personality. Like, there's...
But I think Dragon Azteca's a more capable wrestler.
What?
And, like, I like... No, this is a better example. I like Aerostar and Penta about the same.
Yeah. That makes sense. But even
And,
then, like I don't know.
It's tough. This is the one thing. I love agreeing with people, but this is the one thing that I also love being honest. That's the problem. I love agreeing with people and I love being honest, and unfortunately in this case I love being honest more.
Yeah.
Puma.
Dope Star. You gotta...
Obviously, he's so good. All right. Good to be back on our track
Yeah.
of agreeing with each other. All right. Next we've got Pindar.
D tier.
For me, Sarah Mascaras.
I don't
hate
remember
Pindar.
him well enough to argue with you. So
He was just, I mean, the fact that he was like hyped up to be the big gun and then he was just so lame.
no.
Okay, PJ Black. A tier.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is a guy who never missed, but he was never given enough to really shine.
Yeah.
So I gotta make sure I keep Penta down at the end of A tier. Don't want Penta sneaking up in my A tier rank. He's got to maintain. He's got to be all the way down there. At the bottom.
know his
See,
place.
this is. Hold on. Let me just try something. I'm just gonna put Penta at the top of B tier, and you tell me how it looks. Okay?
I think there's a large gap between Penta and Killshot.
See, to me,
Like all of your
this looks
all
right.
of your like cringe, I don't like him that much reactions to the Pentagon gimmick is how I feel towards the Killshot gimmick. Like,
Wait, my reactions are cringe, or I think he's
no,
cringe.
all of your cringes towards Pentagon.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I don't like that at all.
Okay, fine.
Like
No, I
most
agree with
people,
you.
like
But no, you're right. You're right.
Most
Okay,
people
fine. I
would-
put him down there,
yeah.
and it didn't look right.
I don't want to
okay?
seem like
hope you're
I
happy.
don't want to seem like I'm bullying you here. I just want to know is most people would put Pentagon in the S tier of Lucha Underground.
Yes. But I mean,
That's
those
who
people
we're
are wrong.
arguing
Like,
against here. All right.
Right. Okay. The thing is, so here's what I'll say: is I put Penta in the B tier, and it didn't look right. So I put
Yeah.
him in the A tier. It looks more right. He does look right at the end of the A tier, by the way. I should say.
Yeah.
Like, let me show you something that looks wrong. That looks wrong.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense to me. That looks right.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me. I just moved Penta up and down in the
Yeah.
A tier. We'll attach our finished tier list in the
I'll
show
put it-
notes.
yeah.
You can do that somehow, right? That's a power you have.
Yeah.
And yeah. Okay. Up next, we've got Ricky Mandel, or Ricky Mundo.
Ricky Mundo. Is that him? Fuck, I thought that was Mr. Spectacular.
No, Mr. Spectacular is here.
Oh, yeah.
It says Peck.
Yeah. See? Like,
yeah, I guess.
Like all the bits of him tagging along, like before he got all dark and mysterious, all the bits of him tagging along with Worldwide Underground were
those were
fun.
good.
Yeah.
If he had never become dark and mysterious, he could have been a B tier.
Yeah.
Rosa the Doll.
Sarah Mascaras.
Yeah.
What are we doing, guys?
Saltador.
C tier.
C tier? C tier's fair. Low C tier, I feel like, just because he didn't ever have a character.
Yeah.
Sexy Star. This is a tough one.
Yeah.
Is it actually a tough one? I don't know if it is.
I don't know.
I guess it's tough between C or D, right?
Yeah, D is kind of like where I've been putting the characters that I don't have any feeling towards at all. But I don't hate her quite enough to put her in Sarah Mascaras. So I think D is probably.
I think D is, yeah. It would be if you showed this to original Lucha Underground watcher Jacob, like back in 2016, he would be very unhappy about this, but he didn't know what good wrestling was at the time. So, Sammy Guevara, D tier.
D tier, yeah, nothing there.
Son of Havoc,
Dope Star. I don't even feel bad about it. He's the member of the Highway that gets the most limelight. He's always fun. He is like even the Son of Madness feud. We at least got the Son of Havoc Masquerade Sagrada bits. So
you're right. You know what? You're right. Son of Havoc is he is the sleeper S tier. You know,
as if I'm if we're looking at guys who are like, oh man, they could have been elevated to a main event spot, like he's on that list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vampiro.
Yeah, D tier.
Yeah.
Almost Cerro Mascaras, but like I liked his he got to have the Cerro Miedo match, which was pretty fun. So he works his way out.
The Mac. Wait, what do I have Katrina? Oh, wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Oh my god. That's not Katrina. That's Black Lotus.
No! What have we done?
Wait.
She didn't have those before.
Hold on. Sorry, the picture of... Wait, okay, there we go. Sorry, folks. Okay, let's rank Black Lotus before we rank the Mac. And I've already got her in the appropriate spot. Sarah Mascaras. Sorry, the picture that we have of Black Lotus is poorly cropped, and she's wearing a very Katrina outfit.
Yeah, she deceived us with her cleavage into thinking she was dope.
Yeah.
To think she was A tier. Yeah.
The funniest thing is I saw that I had the picture of Katrina, and I was like, I have two pictures of Katrina. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That sounds like something I would do. And then I didn't have two pictures of Katrina. Okay. Willie Mack, the Mac.
I would put him exact same argument for Son of Havoc for the Mac in Dubstar, I think, and not just because I met him.
Yeah, I mean he never missed. For me, I mean the only thing is like how are we gonna put Mac above Marty? I feel like he needs to. I think he's high A tier, but not quite S tier because he never had the feature. Like I think
that might be an argument to bump Marty up rather than to bump the Mac down.
I just think that Mac in seasons 3 and 4 started to occupy a spot that Havoc had been in for seasons 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah.
And so that's like Havoc being that workhorse all through 4 seasons is what gets him to that S tier. I think another season of what Mac had been doing would get him there, but he wasn't quite. As much as I love the Mac, which is a lot, I don't think I can bring him all the way to the Dope Star tier.
Right.
I think he needs to be an A tier.
Do
you see where I'm coming from?
I do.
If you want me to put him still in Dope Star, I'm okay with that. But I think that like
I do.
He was on the path, but he hadn't finished the journey.
But Mac Cage did happen in season 1, right?
Oh, that's true. But that was a really cool match. and it came out of nowhere. But you know, like what was Mac doing during like season 2?
What was any of them doing during season 2, man? You're overestimating my memory.
That's true. It's just Son of Havoc was he was Mac was reaching Son of Havoc status.
Yeah.
Which like Son of Havoc has more PPM Mac has more PPM than Son of Havoc.
Yeah.
But he has less M's than Son of Havoc.
That's fair.
And that's what
I don't think we've mentioned
this
PPM
feels right
in like 3 months. Or 6 months, probably.
Yeah, but I mean, does everyone remember what PPM is?
Yeah.
We remember what PPM is.
We do.
All
right.
I hate this. This is another like tragic moment for me. Where like I really would like to put him in the S tier, but I don't think it's real. You know.
No.
If you disagree with any of these, if you're like Jacob, you're wrong. We really do need to put Mac in the S tier. You can.
Yeah.
Say
I mean, I think I used my veto
go.
on Pentagon, so I think we're.
I don't. Am I being too dictatorial on the tier list?
Huh?
I don't know.
I mean, no.
If I'm being evil, let me know.
You're good.
Okay.
If I got to plant a flag, I'll plant it.
Okay.
Speaking of which, Cage, dope star.
Cage. No. Speaking of a guy who never misses, this is someone who I will never stop defending Cage from the haters and the doubters. Like, he's just so good. He has so much. I mean, first of all, the body alone, all right? Like, it can never be said enough. But the size that this man has achieved is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I'm so proud of him. He is going to die at 55 for us. Like he did that he achieved this physique for us. And he is going to suffer as a result. But I hope he manages to allay the worst of that.
Yeah.
Dario Cueto.
And we're filling up that dope star, huh? We're just
yeah, here we go. They're coming in.
The dope Vengers, as I've just now coined.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is good. This is we've done a good job with this so far. Okay, now it's time to break my heart. Drago.
Yeah, this one hurts.
I used to be a big Drago fan back in season 1.
And if we started this podcast, there's no way I would have put Drago below A. And now I'm like, probably C.
Probably. I'm thinking we're in the same wavelength, man. It's sad to say, but Drago ends Lucha Underground a tier below Aerostar because he just stopped having good matches. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened, but it was honestly in season 2. Like, season 2, I thought he was just like having a bad little run, but then it never stopped. And he did not have a good match until the end of Lucha. Like, he didn't have a good match for the rest of Lucha Underground. That's crazy. Yeah. Like, I stopped looking forward to Drago matches, and he did it. It wasn't bad booking. Like, eventually, like parts, it was bad booking, but he just wasn't bringing it in these matches. Like, Drago would come out, and I would be like, we're gonna have a technical classic, with some cool high flying stuff, and then he just wouldn't do that. Yeah, and I was like, what the hell, man?
Like, I remember when because him and Aerostar are still teaming in as of Azteca Underground or whatever. And I remember thinking, like, the magic's gone here for Drago. And it's like, it was missing for a while.
Yeah.
Next, I don't recognize this person.
This is cheerleader Melissa, who technically did appear on Lucha Underground as her own character.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. You're counting them separate? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And we can't put her in Sarah Oscars. All she did was... she didn't do anything wrong, you know.
But this isn't a bad Sarah Mascaras. It's just like she literally didn't do anything. Like she didn't even like.
I mean, I would put her in the same. I would put her in the same category as Shaul Guerrero.
But Shaul Guerrero,
and I would not put her in the same category as Benji. Do you think cheerleader Melissa is as bad as Benji?
That's a good point. Sorry. No. I didn't. It was weird because like it's not like a. When I did that, it wasn't intended to be like a negative thing. Yeah. It was just, oh my God, I'm having a lot of lag right now. Can I is it gonna work if I close all this?
Yeah.
Okay. Hopefully that makes things better. I have too many tabs open right now. Please work, computer.
God, we still have some like difficult ones coming up.
Yeah. All right. Cheerleader Melissa in the D tier. We've got White Rabbit next.
White Rabbit. I
I kind of want to put him in the C tier. Yeah.
Yeah, I liked him when he showed up. I mean, it felt like they were anticipating having like 2 seasons to work with the White Rabbit or whatever. But
Exactly. Yeah. Definitely could have been a strong B tier contender next season. Next, we've got Joey Ryan.
It's interesting. How far do we sink him due to his extracurricular activities is the question. Because on paper, pretty good in Lucha Underground as Joey Ryan.
Yeah. We'll just throw him in the C tier, I feel like,
Yeah. Yeah,
It's kinda
his
like,
face turn in
he was
season 4 kind of sucked. Put him in D. Put him in D.
All right.
Yeah.
Johnny Mundo.
Dope star.
Do we even have to say it? I mean, talk about a guy who doesn't miss. We're really assembling an Avengers roster here.
Yeah.
Okay. Up next, we've got Cobra Moon.
I like Cobra Moon. I like Cobra Moon a B tier amount. I do not know.
I don't think I can put her above Drago because she's not that good. Like, Drago had more banger matches than Cobra Moon had.
That's true.
I want to put her in high C tier.
That's fair.
If you want to put her in B tier, though, I'll go with it.
Yeah, high C fits.
All right. Mariposa. This is going to be a heartbreaking one for me because I want to put her in like A or B.
Yeah.
But probably it's B or C.
Yeah, I would think maybe low B.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. That sounds right. Low B for Mariposa. She could have been a high B, maybe even an A, but
yeah,
not quite there. Matt Stryker.
Matt Stryker did not have a cool Cerro Miedo match. You, sir, can go into Cerro Mascaras.
Oh, you serious? You're gonna put Matt Stryker? I don't think I can put Matt Stryker below Vampiro. I think I gotta put them in the same because they both are guilty of so much, but like one is not guilty of more than the other.
That's true. I mean, I think on commentary Vampiro's worse. I'm just elevating Vampiro based purely on the one Ultima Lucha match.
Right, but like because Vampiro's guilty of more, can we put him above Matt Stryker? Like
difficult.
Right. Because for me, I feel like it balances out.
All right. In that case, I would elevate Stryker.
I would feel the same way. D tier. Melina. She technically didn't show up.
She was in.
Remember that?
Yeah, that's right. She just showed up for like the finish of a match, right?
Yep.
D tier.
I think it was an Ultima Lucha 1.
Yeah.
D tier indeed.
Hang out with Bale.
Spectacular.
Same
D
thing.
tier.
Yeah.
Pimpinella. C tier.
I would say D tier.
Damn. All right. Sad, but I don't really have enough.
Yeah, it's
stake to
like a little bit of novelty is really it.
The man.
Perhaps MVP.
Muertes. In my opinion, the GOAT of Lucha Underground. The truly, I look at the roster we have assembled here, and no one is better than Mil Muertes.
Yeah.
Like, this is the guy. He's so good.
So good.
It's a tough race between him and Cuerno for me, for who I think is truly the best. Maybe Mundo in there as well.
Yeah.
Nightclaw.
Sarah Mascaras. No, what? He didn't do anything wrong besides have a dumb mask.
He did. No, he had a dumb mask and he didn't wrestle good. He had got all this hype and then he came out and he had a shitty ass match. He like botched 2 things. We made fun of him a bunch for it. He like made Daga. It was like the first time where we were like soft on Daga. Fuck Nightclaw. Right. Sarah Mascaras. Unless you want to put him in D tier.
Nah, if I can put him in Sarah if you wish.
All right. Paul London. I'm thinking B tier.
Yeah, B tier.
He did kind of fall off towards the end, but did he fall off enough?
Yeah, it wasn't really. C tier.
Yeah. Taya.
Taya's weird because I really liked having Taya around, like character wise, but like in the ring, she never quite delivered.
Yeah. I don't really have strong feelings on Taya, so whatever you want to do, that's where we'll put her. Many people are talking about
Let's
it.
put her high C.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that feels right. Like right around the squad here.
Yeah.
Right around Cobra Moon.
Yeah.
Joey Wrestling.
Joey
B tier.
Wrestling. Yeah. Thanks
Peter
for showing.
Kiri. B tier?
B tier, maybe even A,
the rest of
because she
the
got
triad.
the most shine, but we'll say B.
Yeah. I don't think she did, but you know, I think you got to be both an in-ring and out-of-ring character to make it to that A tier. Dr. Wagner, you know, let's skip ahead. I'm going to do Yurei, the last member of the Black Lotus Triad, and stick her in B tier as well, since we're putting the whole Black Lotus Triad in B tier.
Yeah.
Dr. Wagner Jr. It's got to be high B or low A,
I would
right?
say high B.
High B. He's just so cool.
And handsome.
Yeah, very handsome. Dragon Azteca Senior. We're down to the last 6 people, by the way.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Azteca Senior, we'll put him in low C for nostalgia alone. That's how far that gets you.
Phoenix. This is kind of a tough one.
Yeah, Phoenix is tough. I know season 4 was fun.
Mm-hmm. Dark Phoenix Saga did do some work.
Dark
for
Phoenix
him.
was good. The Mil Muertes matches were all great.
That's true. I think even though he didn't have the most consistent run, I'm thinking low A tier.
Yeah, I think we gotta put him A tier.
I just wish he and his brother could have a good goddamn match, but they can't. Rey Mysterio Jr.
That's actually a tough one. Because I think Ray added
Yeah.
a lot. He had some fun.
But he also derailed some stuff.
Yeah. We'll put him high B.
He had pretty good matches. High B. I think
Yeah.
that's fair.
Now here's the real
I've
question.
been listening to Booyaka 619 a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we put Brenda in Dope Star? I don't.
I think we do. She's so that she's like she hacked the system because she had like a certain amount of time. You know when people say like maximize your minutes?
Yeah.
Brenda found ways to maximize minutes that she didn't even have. Like
Yeah.
the way that you could always hear her and everything she said was fucking hilarious. Like she never did anything bad or wrong. She's the perfect non-wrestler character in Lucha Underground. Like she's better than Katrina. And I think that she's got to go in the Dope Star tier. Like, can you tell me that she is in any way less good than Dario Cueto? Like Dario Cueto had more had more screen time, but Brenda, she's just such a force of nature in terms of her
Well, she's
humor.
She's got a high PPM. But
I think the highest PPM
But
of anyone.
she has advanced to 0 storylines.
That's true.
Like, if
But,
we
like,
were
just
doing like memes, yes.
I don't think it's no like when I say meme, I mean, like,
get what you
talking about someone
yeah.
ironically.
Yeah, but it's not like I don't know. It's like if you put the Wilhelm scream as an S tier in a Star Wars tier list. It's like
But she was more creative than that though. Like cuz she would just find ways to take whatever was happening and just enhance it. And that's what I liked about her is like she was funny, but she also was able to make what was happening better. Like when when they were having those Tejano matches, those might have not been the most Tejano's a good wrestler, but those matches that he was having in like the Famous B flirting with him to try to get the contract, those were not the best matches ever, but she was able to level them up and make them really entertaining to watch. I think for her, it's less about elevating storylines and more about elevating moments, and she did that extremely consistently.
I think all of that
feel
gets
like-
you to A tier.
Okay, and you know what? I think that's fair.
I think a manager's
It does-
manager making it to A tier is pretty all right. I think.
Yeah. I gotta put her at the top of A tier. Jeremiah Crane. This is a tough one, and in a different way than what we've been talking about.
Yeah.
I didn't know whether to count Jeremiah Crane and Jeremiah Snake as separate characters. I counted them as the same character because technically they are the same guy. Like a lot of these other characters that I've counted are people that have died. Like the Disciples of Death, Siniestro de la Muerte and Mariachi Loco are not the same human being in canon. But Jeremiah Snake and Jeremiah Crane, it's one of the only examples of like a true gimmick change in Lucha Underground. It is not a literal new character. So I counted them as one person. If anyone disagrees with me on that, please let me know.
I'd say B tier.
I'd also say B tier. He's so fun.
Yeah.
I wish he was
Pump Kick City,
I
bitch.
think if he was around more. Pump Kick City, bitch. Absolutely. Finally, someone that's a really weird person to have at our last spot, Captain Vasquez.
It's really between the last two tiers for me on this one.
Yeah, really? Oh, you would put her in Sarah Mascaras?
Like how much do you pin that storyline on her character is the question.
I don't. Yeah. I think if it's a fight between the last two, I'm throwing her in D tier right away because I don't think Sarah Mascaras is fair. All right. Shall we run down Isabel? Do you want to hear our tier list? Okay, come here. You can tell me if you disagree. We're gonna run it through our third party here. I'm gonna read out our completed Lucha Underground tier list, and you guys can tell us if you think we need to make any changes. We might make some last minute switch ups here. I'm gonna read out the names here, and Isabel's gonna come check it out as well.
Yeah.
This is a complete ranking, Isabel, of every single Lucha Underground character across all 4 seasons of the show. And you can tell me if you feel differently about any of the rankings that we've made, okay? And we'll take your feedback into account. In the F tier, Sarah Mascaras, we've got Nightclaw, Black Lotus, Rosa the Doll, Lord Pindar, The Lord, Benji, and Alberto El Patron. How are we feeling about this F tier so far? That was for Steve.
This seems like a good F tier for me.
I don't think Isabel has ever seen any of these characters except for Rosa the Doll.
Yeah.
You saw Taya get possessed by Rosa the Doll at the end there.
Yeah.
So Isabel has nothing to contribute on our F tier.
Yeah.
In D tier, we've got all of our cameo characters. This is our biggest tier because it has all our cameo characters. It is Captain Vasquez, Joey Wrestling, Pimpinella Escarlata, Mr. Pectacular, Melina, Joey Ryan, Cheerleader Melissa, Vampiro, Matt Stryker, Sammy Guevara, Hexagon Dark, El Bunny, Tommy Dreamer, Son of Madness, Shaul Guerrero, The Disciples of Death, minus Siniestro de la Muerte, Delavar Davari, Desmond X, Daga, Bengala, Arhanis, Sexy Star, and Bale. Steve, how do you feel about our D tier? Do you think this all seems very fair to me?
Yeah, this all seems very fair. Literally, the only one that I questioned was El Bunny, but even then, it's like, he just didn't have enough time to go up a tier. He just didn't.
I'll bump him up in the order of the D tier, but I don't think he can go up a tier. I put him just above Desmond X here.
Yeah.
Okay, our C tier. Oh, Isabel, any thoughts so far on this? Okay. In our C tier, we've got Dragon Azteca Senior, the White Rabbit, what's this fucker's name? Saltador, Ricky Mundo, Mr. Cisco. What?
Is that there's like a guy like in a shirt?
That's Mr. Cisco.
Oh.
Does this look familiar to you?
No.
Okay. Matanza, Jake Strong, Councilman Delgado, Exolicious, Luchasaurus.
Why is Exolicious in the sea?
Where would you put Exolicious?
At the top.
But Exolicious didn't do anything in Lucha Underground. I think C is
most of Exolicious' his contribution is
I like Exolicious.
Twerking and then getting beat up and screaming. That's most of what Exolicious did.
Exolicious didn't really have any big matches.
Yeah.
I know you really like Exolicious, but Exolicious only had like 3 matches total, and they were all like fine. I know it's tough. What we tried to do is we tried to take our emotions out of it as much as possible.
Yeah.
And try to give our objective tier list ranking.
But was wrestling without emotion?
Just not like but like I really have like a burning love for Angelico, but in the context of Lucha Underground, Angelico was not served super well, and so I had to put Angelico in the B tier and not the S tier, because as much as I love Angelico, it was not the best representation of Angelico's abilities. So Exolicious is pretty fun, but they didn't have all the opportunities to shine in Lucha Underground. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We've also got, what's this fucker's name? Mala Suerte, Superfly, Siniestro de la Muerte, Cortez Castro, Big Bad Steve, Antonio Cueto, Vinny Massaro, Mariachi Loco, Taya, Cobra Moon, and Drago. Man, can't believe Drago dropped his way down to C tier, but he did though.
Heartbreaking.
He really did. Yeah, that all looks fine to me.
Yeah, I could see putting Big Bad Steve down one.
Down to D tier?
It does feel like he's contributed significantly less than everyone else on that list. Except for Delgado.
Mm. Yeah, you know, okay. I am gonna drop Delgado down to D tier. I hate to say it, but it's he just
Also, the coolest thing
true.
he did was Cage doing a cool thing. So there's that.
Right. That's true. I'm sorry, but this just feels more right.
Yeah.
Lorenzo Lamas, if you're listening to this, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but I had to do it.
Yeah.
I think Steve. So here's this. It's a little bit of a problem of presentism, right? Because Steve kind of got hot right at the end.
Yeah, like right at the end.
Is that enough to get him up to C tier? I don't know. Like, is that enough to put him above Arhennis? Maybe we should drop him down to D.
I do think we probably should. Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna put him near the top of the D tier though. He's gonna be above Sexy Star.
He is above Sexy Star. I can say that pretty comfortably.
Yeah, and we're gonna drop. Here we go. Okay, that's better. I got it. Okay. Our B tier.
B2.
We've got Paul London, Jeremiah Snake, Mariposa, the Black Lotus Triad, Masquerita Sagrada, Conan, Jack Evans, Dragon Azteca Jr., Agent Winter. Agent Winter needs to go down to C tier, man.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
All right. That's much better. All right. Dragon Azteca Jr., Rey Mysterio Jr., Angelico, Hernandez, Dr. Wagner Jr., Aerostar, and Killshot.
I think
Agent Winter being in C tier makes this a lot better.
Yeah, I think that's pretty solid.
Yeah, this is good. This is a good B tier. All right, our A tier at the bottom of the list, almost in B. One might say basically in B tier. It's Pentagon Jr. Not really, of course. Maybe a little bit. Then we've got Phoenix, PJ Black, Tejano, Chavo Guerrero, Big Rick, Katrina, Evilise, Willie Mack, Marty the Moth Martinez, and the beautiful Brenda. This is a fantastic A tier.
A tier to me, I think, is the one where I have the most question marks.
Really?
I do think Marty and the Mac could easily go up, and I do think Big Rick's got to go down. Like, that just doesn't look right.
Big Rick does have to go down. You're right. With the way, see, okay, here's the thing. Now that Agent Winter's in the C tier,
Yeah.
it's easy to bump Big Rick down to the B tier, because putting Big Rick and Agent Winter in the same tier didn't make sense. Because those were some of the first people that we ranked.
Yeah.
But now that we have the more filled, like having Big Rick as like a tier above Hernandez doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
This is better.
Yeah.
Okay. So I've got Rick down in the B tier now. This is good. Now that we've got everyone, the tiers are a little bit more well defined.
Yeah.
So this is good. Everyone else feels good to me. I want to put Marty and Mac up in S tier, but My heart says yes, but my brain says no. There we go. Okay, our S tier.
Yeah.
We've got Son of Havoc, King Cueto, Dario Cueto,
King in our hearts.
Cage, Prince Puma, Johnny Mundo, Famous B, King Cuerno, and Mil Muertes. Yeah, we nailed that shit.
Yeah, I think we done. I think we beat the tier list. I think we finished.
We really did this. I have to say, those last couple adjustments really made this a lot better.
Yeah.
Dropping it hurt my heart to drop Delgado down to D tier, but he needs it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put him down here with the other.
Come back stronger, brother.
C tier works now that Agent Winter's there. I gotta say, I didn't realize how much Agent Winter was throwing off the B tier, but the B tier is a lot better looking now that Agent Winter's down in C tier.
Yeah.
And it's fair because he is so cool and fun.
Yeah.
Big Rick down in B tier makes things better.
Like, I feel like
our A tier is now perfect.
if the actor for Agent Winter had been the guy in the limo, like even if it was like, we wish it would have been somebody, I think he would have sold the presence of the Lord much better, you know?
That could have been way better.
Might be a rewrite in store for season 5.
All right.
That's true. When did Barrett start doing commentary for WWE? Do we not even get to have...
Oh, shit. Wait, did I just break the whole thing?
Did it just erase? Whoopsies.
Awesome. Okay,
Just go
it's
back.
fine. It's fine. Wait, what if I just reload it? Great. Okay. So we're gonna remake the tier list in just 1 second. Good thing we just recorded ourselves making the whole tier list.
Hold on, I'll just take a screenshot of everything. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Steve, what's your non-wrestling rec while I start remaking the tier list?
So my non-wrestling rec is funny because I didn't even know it existed until this morning. It is the Kung Fury 2 sizzle reel. Because I guess since that project is officially in the dumpster, they released like all the stuff they had, which was a lot more stuff than I thought they would have had. I don't know. Were you in the Kung Fury thing when it happened?
I was in the Kung Fury thing.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, but they got fucking Michael Fassbender and Arnold Schwarzenegger to be in the sequel. And they dropped like 10 minutes of footage on YouTube today. It's like, or this week or something. And I think it would have been grating to watch a whole movie of it, like in the year of our Lord 2025. But that 10 minutes was, I think, pretty good.
Wait, did we ended with Aerostar and B tier, right?
Yeah. You don't have to do this. I can just take a screenshot of the video recording.
Okay, yeah, you do that.
Yeah.
This sucks. I'm so upset.
Yeah. All right. What are you thinking for Dope Star? Or not for Dope Star, for a non-wrestling rec.
Non-wrestling recs. I'm gonna have to go with accidentally deleting your entire goddamn tier list after you just spent so long fucking making it, and it was so perfect too. Damn. Non-wrestling recs. I'm gonna go with getting your ass kicked at a jiu-jitsu tournament because sometimes you got to lose to learn.
Yeah.
And I lost, brother. I lost.
I
hard.
learned a lot.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
I think we're ready for an outro.
I think so too. Outro.
No.